Oh, shoot. Okay. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Oh, and I can hear you perfect. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. All right, so how long you been there for?
I got arrested in 2006, so almost 18 years.
Almost 18 years.
Yeah.
And what was your sentence? Like I'm
But what was what?
your sentence? What did they give you?
Oh, I got the death penalty. I did 10 years on death row, and I'm the first person in the state of California to come off of death row while maintaining a death sentence.
So did they got rid of death row altogether?
No. They started a pilot program on January 29th of 2020 that allowed death row inmates to come out into population with everybody else. We had to sign a waiver and do some things, but it was actually to implement Prop 66, which was actually what they do is they raise restitution. Everybody else in the state of California, when you pay restitution, the state takes half of our money, any monies that come into us. Well, when we were on death row, they took 70%. So it increased it by 20%, but it mandated that we had a pay slot job in order to make up for that amount of money that they were taking extra. And we only had 6 pay slots within a cage, so they came up with a pilot program that allowed us to go to general pop in order to implement the law that they had passed.
So if you pay your restitution, then you could go into like.
No, not exactly. My restitution's been paid. It's not exactly like that, but the logistics of it allowed this pilot program to happen. So that was 4 years ago. I was the first one to sign, not the first woman, like the first person in California. So they came and presented to us on February 12th. Like I said, it was January 29th that it was implemented into CDCR's regulations. On February 12th, they presented to us. I signed my paperwork that day, and then they didn't know what to do, so they got scared and backed up. And it took them until April 22nd to actually let me out of 2020. So I've been out on the yard for 4 years.
Okay, so you're not on death row no more, or you still on?
No, I still maintain a death sentence, so it doesn't have anything to do with the sentence changing. But I'm in general pop now. Yeah.
Okay, you've been on general population for how long?
4 years.
4 years. So were you? So you was on death row for how many years? You said 14?
10.
10?
10. No, I did 4 in my county fighting the case. 10 years in the cage of death row, and then 4 years out here.
So is there's still inmates in death row?
No, okay, so no, I just walked the last lady. I'm sure there's still men because the men have 6 different prisons that they have to transfer them to, but they can't force them to leave. They finally forced the women to leave, but there was only 23 women altogether to begin with. So already 12 people had volunteered to come out. So there was only 11 people left behind. So they kind of just push came to shove, and they were like, we need this space for something else. And because of the moratorium on the death penalty that our governor put in, he's not going to sign off to kill anybody for any type of execution. So it didn't make sense to continue to warehouse people in that way and cost the state more money.
Oh, so pretty much death row is.
Yeah, California still maintains the death penalty, so it's still a sentence that you can get. But now there's no more women's death row, and soon there will be no more San Quentin men's death row.
Oh wow! So when you went to death row, what was it like? Is it like you can't come in contact with people, or?
Okay, so if you look online, it says you get 30 minutes a day or something like that, a program, and then that's it. Period. Point blank. That's not what it's like for the women. For the women, we're like in a dog kennel cage. Okay, there was 23 of us, but there's a cage around 16 of the rooms. That wouldn't be much larger than. Well, the living room behind you is about as wide as our cage was. And it was 16 rooms long. We're all single-celled. So we, had our own washer and dryer. We only were able to physically interact with each other. If it was an officer coming to get us, we had to be handcuffed everywhere we went. Waist chains everywhere we went. And we weren't allowed to be in physical contact with any other inmates.
Well, y'all was able to go outside, maybe like that?
Yeah, we had our own yard. So, we were allowed... the paperwork says that we were allowed a lot more, but it was a minimum of 13 hours a week, which was actually the maximum of 13 hours a week, But we had our own yard and stuff.
And y'all was able to go on visits, contact visits?
Yeah, we have regular contact visits. regular boxes, regular shopping privileges. Well, if you didn't lose your privileges, but yeah, we
Oh,
used to in visiting. There's like an area where everybody else will go visit, but then there's like attorneys' rooms that are along the side. I don't know if you've ever been to visit anybody in prison. There's like some rooms that are off to the side. So my visitors and I would be locked inside that room. And then they would come and like let us to go to the bathroom or use the vending machines or whatever we needed to do.
but do they monitor you like real heavy when you have, or are you able to do?
Well, it's prison. They're watching us no matter what.
Oh,
So,
for real.
you know.
So you can't get away with doing like stuff you're not supposed to be doing. Like,
I don't know. I didn't try.
oh, you didn't try.
I didn't try. I mean, I'm not going to try doing nothing extra with my mama. Like, that's weird, you know?
Oh no, I was talking about like so. Yeah, so you know what I was talking about. That's what I was trying to get. Did you have a TV in there?
Yeah, I had my own TV. I had all the regular privileges, you know?
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that.
But we also had the same penalties. Like, when we would get into a fight or whatever, we would still do ad-sick time just like everybody else, you know?
Was there anybody the time that you've been there has been put to death?
No.
No?
No, so I got arrested in 2006, but Chucky Williams was the last one that they had put to death, which was the same year. And that was prior to my arrest.
Okay. So it's not nothing that you stress over about like a date or anything like that?
Oh, of course I stress. I have 4 kids, you know? What do you tell your child when you're like, you know, the whole state of California wants to kill you? That's crazy, you know?
Yeah. But now...
Yeah, there's stressors but as far as like imminent possibility for danger, as far as execution, I don't think so. Our system's so broken and faulty that, come on now. I haven't heard of them putting a woman in California to death yet, except for prior to when they reinstated, when we had the death penalty before. I think it was like in 76 or something was the only woman that they ever did. I can't remember the year, but I remember looking up and it was only one woman in the state of California, but it was way before.
Okay. So, well, how does the restitution part work? Like, I know that's define it because I never defined it on here before. Like, can you define like restitution is and how they come up with it?
So the definition of restitution is like me feeling remorse for what have you and feeling an obligation to pay back what has been lost, right? A person's life or their income or their support that they can give to their family. That's basically what the definition is. But what it actually is any money that we earn is supposed to be what they take restitution from. And so, like, for example, I came up with like a little over $14,000 of restitution that I owe to the court. So that goes to victims of violent crimes, right? So that restitution was supposed to be split 3 ways because I have 2 co-defendants and it didn't work out that way. Paperwork is just a mess, you know? But, so the state takes all money that comes in. If you send me $100 and I have restitution, if I was in regular GP, they would take $50 of it and I would get 50. But it used to be 55% because the prison would take a processing fee of 1%, so or 5%. So that was more. It used to be 55, and then when it was 55 for everybody, it was 77 for us.
Oh wow.
So if you sent me $100 while I was on the road, still maintaining the restitution, I would only get $23 of it.
Oh wow.
Interesting, right?
Dang. So now you get everything.
Yeah, my restitution's paid off now. Yeah.
Okay. So was there a big difference from when you got off, like being on the death row, to where you at like now, and like what's been the difference?
Astronomical. It was astronomical. So I'm kind of different than the other ladies that were in the cage with me. They're mostly like I can't really like. We had women who were nurses, who were like CEOs of companies, and then there's a bunch of baby killers, and then there's me, who I wasn't born a saint, and I've always been a sinner. You know, we all fall short at some point. So I grew up with half of this prison in one way or another.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So all the other ladies, they don't have those type of ties. So when I came out here, like I said, when they brought that paperwork, I signed the paperwork that day. Like, I'm going to go back to my family because this is my family, you know, out here in these yards. And I thought that if anybody was ready, it was absolutely me, you know. But no, there's waves of things that hit you that you just don't see coming. There's lack of privacy because we were all single cell.
Right.
So basically, depending on how you set up your home or your internal self, you either have a sanctuary or you have hell, right?
Right.
You either have a place that you can find rest and peace, or you find a place that you find torment and torture. It depends on what you're going through, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out to the yard, I had not, okay, thank you. I had not had a bunkie sleep over the top of me for forever, you know? Like, when I was in county, I was on mainline for a couple years, but then they slammed me down and put me in high power, and that was it. So, I didn't have to share a toilet with anybody. I didn't have to wait for somebody to brush their teeth or pick up their hair or do what the things that need to be done, you know what I mean? I didn't have to share my proximity with anybody if I chose not to, you know? But out here, it's like a can of sardines, period. There's somebody on top of you constantly. The only privacy you have is in the shower, maybe, you know what I mean? And then your roommate could be sitting on the table outside of the shower just sitting there talking to you. So there's no privacy whatsoever. But I want to change it for the world, you know?
So you do like it better being in population?
Yeah, of course it's a catch-22. I had to give up some stuff in order to gain some stuff, and the challenges that were presented to me off and on during these past 4 years I've been out here weren't things that I foresaw. I thought it was going to be like smooth sailing. Like I said, I grew up with half the prison, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in like a great way. I just mean like I had a lot of support out here, and not very many women back there did. And still, like, it's just way different. Imagine if you like spent like your whole time inside a studio apartment all by yourself, 24/7. You just only do it for 7 days, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden you go to Walmart and it's Black Friday.
So a lot of people, yeah, you know, man, a lot of motherfuckers over here. But so if you had the choice, what would you do? You'll go if they had to, you'll be back on the road, or you do what you're doing now?
Now I'm off. Okay, so when we signed the contract to come out here, they stated that they couldn't ever put us back. But now what I'm doing now is great because back there we only had like one like self-help group, and at that time it was healing trauma, and like I said, there was 23 women back there. Out of 23 women, 17 of them enrolled and 16 of them graduated for that one class, and then they started giving us other classes, and that came out during COVID. So it's like a scary like Halloween situation to that thing going on, you know, coming from a sheltered area to another area. Should I call back?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, hold on, let me do that.
Okay.
Then when I came out here, I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to do all these things that I couldn't do, you know? And so, because of COVID, that didn't happen. So we started, like, doing things through correspondence and just, like, you know, kind of like mailing and stuff. But now that I can actually take classes, I'm getting ready to start facilitating classes. I'm building my own group for support for the rest of the ladies that came off. I'm able to get one-on-one time with, like, younger people that come in who are other, like, perhaps they're a gang member or something, and they're, you know, they think that this is the way of life. Come on, dude. They say the hardest of the hard that go to death row. No, it's not. It's not. It could be you. It could be me. It could be everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a gang member to get there. Everything is only one step away from something wrong. It just matters the choices that you make and the people you put yourself around. So now that I'm out here, I'm able to get to a younger group of people. So maybe I could, I don't know, maybe divert one person from being me one day, you know?
Oh, that's good. So how do you set up how do you set up classes?
How many classes am I enrolled in right now? I take 5. I take one every day during the week. Yeah, but then I also do a computer training class, and then I do a mentorship. I'm an emotional support mentor for my whole yard.
Oh, that's good. So it kind of keeps you busier than how it was before, right?
I was very busy before. I was never bored. Like, I built a restaurant while I was back there. The death row sits inside of a building that's housed with AdSec. So they all can't shop regardless, you know what I mean? They're only shopping a little bit. They're going to need other things. So, you know. survival of the fittest. You make a way when there is no way, and I had nobody that took care of me, so I took care of myself. So I made a restaurant. I sold hot food to people that were in Aztec. They needed those things, and that's what we did.
Oh,
you know.
Oh, so you be cooking? So you be cooking, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm fat for a reason.
Oh, so what you be cooking? And you 6 feet. You solid. Like you ain't never played no sports, nothing like that.
Yeah, I played softball, volleyball.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, 6 feet.
Yeah.
You 6 feet for real? You 6 feet for real? I want to see that they go let you stand up though. Can you stand up?
Yeah, but I don't know how much you see. Can't see much.
I can't, because they do blur it out. But yeah.
Yeah, it goes blurry.
Yeah.
I don't think you can see much.
Yeah, but you're a good 6 feet though. You ain't bad though. That's what's up though. What you like to cook in there?
Thank you. Oh, do I what?
What you cook in there? What you like to cook?
Everything. So there's like there's 5 roommates. I have 5 other roommates and myself. So one night a week we all pitch in to cook something. You know, somebody's turning it every night, but I love to cook. It's like cathartic for me. So I like to I can put anything on it. Anything, whether it's Italian, Mexican, whatever, anything. It's not no spread. It's not no spread, that's for sure.
That's what's up. Y'all can't make no chicken though, can y'all in there? No.
Well, we can.
Can y'all?
Yeah.
What type of chicken?
Yes, of course.
What type of chicken y'all got in here?
Okay, so we get chicken breast or we get quarter legs of chicken from the chow hall. We bring it back. We end up breading it ourselves with whatever it is that we come across, right? And then we can make a fryer, so.
Oh, god damn. So I gotta see what this chicken look like. It be fried? Yeah. You make a fried chicken?
Not everybody locked up with a dumb. We got electronics in here. We got people,
Damn.
But yeah, for real, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, because on the road we didn't have access to different things, nor did I have the knowledge of how to create it myself if I did, you know? So, now I do.
Man, I gotta see. I want to see it because chicken my favorite food. I gotta see some fried chicken. What it look like up in there? What you be seasoning with?
Okay, so I get all my seasoning on my box, but it depends. Okay, so I definitely need paprika, boom, with a little bit of flour, but we don't get flour like that, so it's like pancake mix. But basically, that's what I'll be doing at home anyway, right?
Oh, for real?
Just shaking it up. Yeah, you know.
Oh shit!
If it wet, if it dry, get it in.
Oh, that motherfucker must look official. I gotta see it. Y'all can't get fries in there, can y'all?
Yeah, so we make them out of stuff.
You know how to make fries in there?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. I wish I had a way to take pictures in there. Can you take pictures in there now?
Not exactly. Well, we have we can go outside and take a picture twice a month now. That's the new thing they just started, but not here's my room, bink, you know?
No.
That's out. Nah.
It's some people in there with that. It's some people in there.
I don't know about these things, but probably there would be a way.
You don't know about those things? Oh yeah, you do. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. That's what's up, though. I appreciate it. This is good, man.